Hello everyone, I'm XCheesy87, and this is going to be the next Let's Play. This is Valkyria Chronicles. I didn't really think about what I was going to say here. This is kind of it's an interesting game. It's a TRPG, but it has a more of a modern twist on it. It's something that I guess we'll probably just kind of jump right into and let it explain itself, in all honesty. So let's go. It's got a fantasy anime World War II vibe. You've probably heard of it. The game's gotten pretty known.
The year was 1935 EC. Two powers controlled the continent. In the east, the sun rose over the autocratic East European Imperial Alliance, otherwise known as the Empire.
That's how you know they're bad, if they're called the
In
Empire.
West, a network of loosely allied democracies formed the Atlantic Federation. Both powers depended on a precious mineral, Ragnite, for their survival.
There's your
And its
JRPG
growing
staple,
scarcity led
magic
to the
rocks.
inevitable war. Hostilities began in the east when the Empire aggressively crossed their western border. The Atlantic Federation responded, and the Second European War was on. The Empire, with its vast military superiority, struck hard, gaining ground in early victories and putting the Federation on the defensive. Emboldened by their progress and momentum, the Empire set their sights beyond the borders of the Federation. In neighboring Gallia, a peaceful principality along the sea, they found their next victim. Gallia had long maintained its neutrality in the tensions between the two superpowers. But the rich stores of Ragnite under the Gallian soil proved too tempting for the Empire. It amassed troops along the eastern border and invaded with all the force of an avalanche.
So,
Prologue.
yeah,
Gallia to arms.
the game has this little storybook type interface. I guess so. I'll just kind of do a few little more meta things and talk about it. I'm recording this on the day that the first Metal Gear Rising episode is being recorded, so I don't know when this will be uploaded. It'll probably be a little while as I try and build a backlog and make sure I'm actually going to finish the game. Because one of my kind of techniques to not have abandoned Let's Plays from now on is to actually record most of the game before I start uploading, so that I'm at least, have a good, like I'm invested in it. And so it's not as bad, because if I only upload like 3 videos and I decide I don't want to play the game anymore, then I just don't have that same level of investment. But if I've recorded like 20 videos or something, it's going to be harder for me to abandon the series. But also, I hope the audio and everything is all good. This is, like I said, the first video of every series is going to be kind of a work in progress, since I'm still kind of getting back into the swing of things. But that's enough of me talking. Let's go right into this first prologue cutscene.
March 1935. Outside the Gallian border town of Brule. Residents are leaving the town before the invasion, headed inland towards the capital.
I haven't been down this road in years. It really hasn't changed very much. Whoa. Already? Hey there, guys. You're beautiful. Starting early this year. You're heading upstream, huh? How's the water?
They're fish, dude. Tell me he did that fast. Come on now.
Freeze! Put your hands in the air. Slowly. Haven't seen you around before. What's your name?
My name's Welkin. And you are...
The one with the gun. We're with the Brultown Watch. I'm Alicia. Alicia Melchiot. So, I'm wondering what you've been writing in that little book you've got there. Imperial spies are in the area.
This book is nothing, really. I was just sketching the fish, and, you know...
Yes, oh, I know. And you know there's a war on, don't you? All right then, Mr. Artist. We'll talk about fish sketching down at the station. Take him away.
Thanks, fish.
This damn fish. Always ruining his plans. So, yeah, I don't know exactly how long this episode's going to be. It might be a little shorter because this game, in typical TRPG fashion, the early missions are very short. Later missions can take a long, long time. So this Let's Play will probably start with shorter episodes and get longer as I go on. But
Flowers, bugs, and fish. You're not bad with a pen, are you? I have to say, they're really very good.
Thank you. So you see, I really was just sketching.
Maybe. Or this could be some kind of secret code.
some secret
And I
fish
intend to
code.
take my time finding out for sure.
Great.
Welks? Is that you?
Isara! Oh, your timing is perfect.
What have you gotten yourself into now, Welkin? Wait. Don't you live at the old general's house? That's right. I'm General Gunther's daughter, Isara. You do know everyone's supposed to evacuate, right? Yes, I'm aware of that. My brother's here to help me move to the capital, but that may be difficult. I mean, unless you're willing to let him go, that is. Huh? I apologize, but I was just doing my job, you know. I saw you with the notebook and thought you were a spy. Again, I'm really sorry about that.
Thanks. Don't worry about it. I can see how I might have looked a little suspicious.
Welks has a real passion for observing nature. That's why he's studying it at the university, right?
Guilty as charged. I get so into it sometimes I forget where I am or that somebody might be watching me.
Gunfire! Everyone keep your heads down!
Over there! Come on! Damn it!
Welkin, you can handle a gun, right?
Yeah. I mean, I made it through training anyway.
Well, they're probably just a small scouting team. We should be able to take them out.
I'm with you.
Okay, so yeah, we're not going to. There's no way I'll lose the tutorial mission. I've only beat this game once. I've played
Okay,
through this beginning
here's the
section
plan.
a few times, but I'll talk about that a little more later. Let's kind of go through the little introduction. It's a pretty standard mission, and we'll talk a little more about the gameplay systems when we actually get to the gameplay. Well, the game has a pretty good tutorial, so it'll kind of walk you through. I don't think I'll have to add too much. And also, like I said, I haven't played this game in about
Let's get started.
a year or
Just
so
stay calm and get it done.
since I've actually beat it.
I see 3 of them.
That's 3 too many. Stay sharp. Listen a second. There's something I should explain.
So basically, these are kind of like your action point type things. You get a certain number of times you can move a character per turn. So let's just because I can just read the tutorial. In this battle, you have 3 CP, so you can issue instructions to your units up to 3 times. Let's try moving a unit now. It's a pretty interesting system. You don't get to really see the intricacies interest of it yet,
Here we go.
but I'm pretty sure I played this game with that. I'm actually trying to remember if I played this game with controller or mouse and keyboard, but right now I'm using a controller, so that may switch. But because it's not really a shooter, so there is aiming, but the aiming kind of has a pseudo RNG system. So yeah, basically what we're gonna do, so you have a targeting mode, which is where you can kind of, like I said, it's not a shooter, but there is aiming and things like that. So as you can see, it's kind of like random. It's kind of like the first Mass Effect game, where shooting is, you know, it's aim based, but there's also some RNG to it there. So, what's the RV is what we're... So, early on, you could go for headshots, but our starting units have pretty awful aim, so we'll probably just go for the guaranteed hits and kill him on the next. This is just talking about ending your turn, because you can, once you've actually shot or made an action in the turn, then you so now one of the problems is that he's noticed us, and there is a I always keep wanting to hit LB. So yeah, your basic enemies are going to take, for the most part, 2 hits to take down. We could try and push. I'm trying to see where the next sand... Well, I'm just going to play it safe. If you want it to be efficient, we should maybe try and push up to those next sandbags, but that guy does have line of sight on us. So there's no real reason to rush it. Besides, I don't think we'd be able to make it to those next sandbags over there in one turn anyway, so we'll just end our turn here and play it. Roll safe. Because like I said, there's no way I'm dying on the tutorial. Come on now. I gotta at least pretend I'm halfway decent at this game. And he is running. We're actually in a kind of worse position now because they've kind of cut us off from the sandbags, but... They are just scouts, though. Scouts don't have very good reaction fire. And this is another thing about the CP, is that you can actually have a single unit move multiple times in a turn. The only downside is that every continuous action, you have a lower max movement range. You know, they'll have fewer AP, which is your movement, basically. So what you could do is just, if like, it's really useful for scouts later on, because you'll generally have like one really good scout or just a couple, and you can continually move them to cover a large distance.
Okay.
So since these guys are scouts, what we could potentially do, because I mean they do no damage, is you just get close and go for headshots because there's only 2 enemies. Yeah, so basically it's telling us about cover, but that's not really... Oh shit. So yeah, scouts have awful reaction fire. And then just to... Well, let's end our action so we don't just keep taking damage. And so what we could do is we could select Alicia again and then just run up there, which I think I will do. Yeah. So there. I think that should be it. Yeah, that's the tutorial basically. We'll probably do one more mission since I think we're only like 10 minutes in. Yeah, we got a B, because you could do that in one turn, I would guess. Well, not... Could you do that in one turn? I guess in theory you could. I mean, well, I guess we'll at least finish chapter 0. I don't... Like I said, the episodes will start short and get progressively longer. With the exception, this first episode may be a little bit longer.
There's no other sign of the enemy.
Good. Now, go keep watch and stay alert.
Yes, ma'am. What should we do with the bodies, ma'am?
We'll bury them. So it's begun. I'll do whatever it takes to protect the people of this town. I'll do it. Even going to war, I'll do it. What are those?
Seeds from the lion's paw. It blooms white, small, simple, and strong.
I want to be able to remember, once the war is over, that it wasn't all just people killing people. That even in war, there was also new life.
On the 15th day of the 3rd month of the year 1935, the Empire began its assault in earnest. A formal declaration of war was made upon Gallia. Though it was only a small front in a massive continental assault, what followed would prove that a tiny nation could best a military giant.
Well, nice spoilers, game.
These events would tell a story of tragedy hidden in the mists of time. A story of courage and of trust, of persecution and hate, and of love blooming even through the flames of war. What follows is a record of this conflict, and of those who fought, lived, and died.
And there we go, that's, the prologue.
Chapter 1.
1 second, so I guess I'm gonna check and see how long this video actually is at right now. We're at 18 minutes, so what we'll do is we'll get to the mission. I think there's a few cutscenes before that, so like I said, as I keep reiterating, later episodes will be much longer, whether that's good for you or not, because some of the later missions in this game are very long.
Seeing that old mill spinning again really makes it feel like home sweet home.
I hear that. It really is one of the most beautiful things about this town. Well, citizens, our enemy can't be far behind. I thank you for your help. Goodbye, and take care.
How's the packing coming along, Ys?
Almost done. I only need to take the everyday basics.
I guess I should mention it just since, this channel is founded on Digimon. The voice actor for Welkin is actually the same voice actor as the dude who voiced, what's his name in the third season of Digimon? The dude with Terriermon? I can't remember that guy's name. It's been a while since I've seen that show,
Got to
but
be close by. Let's hit the road by sundown.
Figured I'd mention it.
Martha, look! Welks is here.
Welcome back, Welkies.
You're still calling me that? Martha, I'm 22 years old. And more important, you shouldn't be running around. Aren't you due any day now?
A light jog won't hurt the little spud. I should know. I've already had 4 of them.
And only 3 of them retarded.
Hello there. Is Welkin in?
Oh, hello, Alicia. What brings you here?
I just wanted to apologize. For before. Here. This is for you.
Really? These are for me?
I work at the bakery. Well, I did until the war started anyway. It's where I live, too. That's preserved bread, so it's pretty hard. Heat it up before you eat it, all right? I baked it myself, so the flavor's guaranteed. Best you ever had.
Thanks. Do you want to come in?
Man, Welcome moves fast. He's already getting after it.
Arrested and shot at? You've had a busy day of it, haven't you, Welkies? And what a lovely lady you are for all that adventuring. Good job, Welkies.
What? Wait, no, it's not like that. Alicia just saved my skin, that's all.
He's right, we just met. I'm not his girlfriend, just his hero. Although I'm really hoping to be his friend.
Oh, well, I'm sure you will. Be good to my Welkies here, won't you?
Okay, seriously, Martha, enough with the Welkies already.
That's a lovely portrait. Is that General Gunther?
Yep.
Oh man, he's
It was
got
taken
a
before I was
sweet ass
born.
beard and stash
That's
combo.
That's Dad? You're a lucky guy. And who's that with him, there? My father, Tamer. He was an engineer. The General's tank was his creation. Wait a minute. But I thought the General was your dad. My birth parents died when I was a baby. The General was kind enough to take me in as his own after that.
Yeah. We're not related by blood, but she's definitely my little sister.
Sorry, was that question too personal? No, I don't mind at all. I was blessed with 2 wonderful fathers. Yeah, I guess you were, huh? Oh, is that really the time? I've got to get going. Why don't you see her off, Welks? I can take care of the rest of this on my own.
All right, I will. I'll be right back.
See you later, Isara. Safe travels.
Okay. So this game's fairly cutscene heavy,
Really becoming a
especially
ghost
kind of
town.
early game where
They've been leaving
the missions
for
are
a
very
while.
short. So
Just about everyone is evacuated.
it's going to be a
by
lot of me
now.
just kind of letting the game play out.
You can't blame them. Tensions are rising with the Empire.
Which isn't so bad. The story's actually
This is
fairly
right.
decent. I
The town
kind of
watch
like
will
it a
guard
lot.
and protect the home front. Everyone will come back someday. They'll come back when it's safe again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Welkin, I'm curious. Are you gonna join the army like your father?
I don't think that's for me. What I'd really like to do is be a teacher.
Huh. A teacher?
Yeah. Animals and insects, flowers and plants, they've always been my passion. I've learned a lot from nature. You see, my dad, he protected this country as a general, but it's just that I want to give back in my own way. My own way, you know what I mean?
I think I do. You're sure about it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's deep in your own way. Ah! What was that?
That sound.
Well, so much for the nice windmill.
don't believe it. The mill.
Miss Melkia, the Imperials are attacking. There's a squad of them in town right now.
Get all the town watch together now. We've got to fend them off.
They must be at Mill Plaza. I'll help.
Thanks, Welkin. Now move out. Stay low.
And we will do that on the next episode. Since that's the actual battle. We're about 20 minutes, so a little bit shorter than I normally do. Whoa, that's spoilers. Don't look at that. It wouldn't let me make a new save. Those are old save files. Like I said, don't look at that. Accidental spoilers there. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope this Let's Play goes well. Maybe a little while for you to see it, but yeah. I'm Excuse87. This has been Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles Part 1, and stay tuned for the next part. Bye, guys.